Nunes syncs Brennan's suspicious actions with Russia before the 2016 election, by Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. Turns out former Obama CIA Director John Brennan has been raising eyebrows for quite some time. Representative Devin Nunes revealed that he's been suspicious of Brennan since the Obama era, when in 2016 Brennan suddenly briefed him on Russian interference. Nunes says the timing was odd since this Russian meddling had been going on for so long and Obama completely ignored it. From the Washington Examiner, Representative Devin Nunes said that he was suspicious beginning in the late summer of 2016, almost from the moment President Barack Obama's CIA Director John Brennan briefed him on Russian interference in the hotly contested presidential campaign between now President Trump and Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton. The California Republican chairman of the House Select Committee on Intelligence had begged the Obama administration for years, he said, to address Russia's illicit activities around the globe, but was instead stiff-armed. So when Brennan started making the rounds on Capitol Hill with warnings of Moscow's interference in the heat of the political season, alarm bells started ringing, not because he doubted Russian President Vladimir Putin was meddling, but because he wondered why now. It wasn't believable then, their sudden interest in this issue that they had ignored for so many years, Nunes said in an expansive conversation with Behind Closed Doors, a Washington Examiner podcast. When Brennan first came to brief me, there was really nothing new in that briefing, and in fact, it was really light on details. The full podcast airs on Thursday. Nunes declined to reveal specifics of Brennan's briefing, saying the information was probably still classified. Brennan, after Obama left office and he retired from the CIA, became a sharp critic of Trump and his attacks on the U.S. intelligence community, on Robert Mueller's federal probe into Russian interference and on possible collusion with Moscow by the president and his associates. It's the assessment of the intelligence community that Russia interfered in the 2016 campaign to boost Trump's chances in the race against decrepit Clinton. Yeah, wow, it really needed Russia to interfere so that decrepit witch wouldn't win. Really? That determination, made in December of 2016, some weeks after the election, hardened Nunes' suspicions that the intelligence community was cooking up a narrative to cast doubt on Trump's legitimacy. The congressman, a staunch Trump defender and chief antagonist of the Mueller probe, said he agreed with the intelligence agency's original conclusion that Putin interfered in the campaign to sow discord. I say, take a look at America, look at MSM and the Democrats. They do the discord themselves. Decrepit witch didn't win, and that's a shocker to everybody? Really? She needs a life alert necklace to keep her going. That's what you wanted representing this country? Falling all over the place, coughing all the time. I mean, excuse me? Really? You needed Russia to interfere for this witch to lose? She was going to lose anyway. She had rig machines, illegals voting for her, people voting, dead people voting for her, people voting multiple times in different states. I mean, really? Give it a rest, guys. But Nunes, a Russian hawk who is occasionally critical of Trump's attempts to cozy up to Moscow, said that he has never found credible the explanation that Putin interfered to help this president win, despite Russian strongman's preference for nationalist leaders and his comments in a joint press conference with the president in Helsinki that he was rooting for the Republican. I don't need to read one piece of intelligence to understand what Putin believed, because Putin believes like the other 200 countries in this globe, and that was that Donald Trump had zero chance of winning. Putin didn't have any extra information, Nunes said. What does an adversary do at this point? If Hillary Clinton's going to be the next president, you put out whatever you can to sow discord in our electoral process. Nunes, stop going along with their narrative. You won hands down. You don't need to go follow along and kiss up to them and say the intelligence community. Our intelligence community has been a mess since Obama. Nunes discussed at length his problems with the Federal Bureau of Investigation's counterintelligence investigation turned special counsel investigation run by Mueller, a former FBI director. So what does that tell you? A hoax of an investigation. It was run by Mueller previously. So why is the Bureau in such a mess? Just take a look at Mueller. Conceptually, the House Intelligence Committee chairman appears most bothered by suggestions that Trump might have colluded with the Russians, a storyline he blames on opponents of the president inside the intelligence community. I do too. And a compliant media, I would say disgraceful media, attacking President Trump at every turn because they're in the pockets of the DNC and Soros and all of them, that is bent on delegitimizing the President Trump. Yeah, that's so who's sowing the discord? Is it Russia or is it mainstream media and the DNC, Democrats, okay? Who? You have the Democrats attacking him at every turn. Then you have a couple of rhinos. So who's sowing the discord? Look, put the blame where it belongs. On the issue of interference alone, Nunes is slightly less critical, and yet the congressman was dismissive of the special counsel investigation's most consequential results to date. Indictments of a dozen Russian intelligence operatives, what a joke, for interfering in the 2016 elections and specifically for hacking the computer servers of the DNC and other Democratic Party entities. But yet we never saw those servers, did we? No. They were so concerned over Russia that they didn't send over their servers. Oh, why? Because the servers would inform everybody that it wasn't the Russians. How convenient. You know, I think we play a little bit too fair. That's what I think. Nunes said the House Intelligence Committee was aware of the fact in the indictment for more than a year, saying that the panel's final report on its probe of 2016 includes more relevant information that the indictment included. Why did it take a year and a half to get to? Nunes said, right? So I only question the timing of the politics of it. You think? It looks to me to be very political. Really? On the face of it, because you have, for one thing, we knew all about it, this for at least a year. Secondly, why did they not talk about the RNC being hacked? It's just so obvious. It just reads like a political document, Nunes continued. I don't mind going after Russians. I'm all for going after Russians and bringing attention to the issue, but the timing of the indictment and the way the indictment's written, like I said, I'm not against indicting Russians, but it just leads to more suspicion for half of America. See, Nunes is playing fair. He's afraid to come full force, you know, because they're going after him with this, you know, let alone if he comes out and says, listen, those indictments are a crock of crap, and you know it, right? But okay, let's play along. The Republican National Committee has always denied that its servers were hacked. Okay, asked about this, Nunes said, well, you never know when you're being hacked. I can just tell you that everybody's vulnerable. And we know that they attempted to the Republican National Committee, I think, stands by that. They don't believe that they were hacked. Okay. Anyway, we got the gist. You know, Democrats are the ones and the MSM that are sowing the discord. It's not the Russians. Then Mueller comes out indicting the Russians. Give us a break, Mueller. You think everybody's stupid? Because you're 10, 15, I'll give you 20% of your liberal nut jobs that follow you along. But everybody else can see through it. 80% of the population has awoken, believe you me, and the more they continue with this charade of Hillary lost because of the Russians, Hillary was a bad candidate. Let's just be honest about it. She was a mess. She always is a mess, and she's always going to be a mess, and she is never going to win an election. How she got in is beyond me, because she was holding up, I guess, a little bit before. And, you know, how did Bill Clinton get elected? Because Bill had the, the look, the personality. You know what I'm trying to say. Even though he was another, I don't even want to go where he is, but, you know, picture, like, you can understand how Bill Clinton won. Who in their right mind is going to elect Hillary Clinton to represent their country or anything other than a couple of deranged liberals? Really? Did you take a look at the woman falling all over herself? I'm repeating myself, but, you know, really? Really? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.